the calm, it's the crazy after the court storm. Duke back home at Cameron Indoor after an eventful weekend in Winston-Salem. Blue Devils home for the Louisville Cardinals. And with a win tonight, Duke can wrap up any lucky TV Ted Valentine and Keith Kimball. Second meeting of the season between Duke and Louisville. Blue Devils won handily at the Yum Center back in late January. Here's the freshman Jared McCain, and able to draw the early foul on.
Nail polish going to be tonight on the fingernails. Look, is it dark? Yeah, look, is it dark?
Duke for a former five-star has been their best player in conference. Sky Clark had 18 last Wednesday. That was Louisville's last game against Notre Dame. And here comes Clark, the drive, the kick. It's Trey White for three.
Trying to match up. They'll switch with the other four guys, but they're going to try to keep Flip and Huntley Hatfield guarding each other.
Proctor off balance.
Easy late.
A lot of dribbling by Clark. His pass knocked down. Filipowski ahead to Mitchell.
The most important thing is Filipowski's okay. I just think now that we have time to, you see him out here playing, we got time to reset, and that'll be tabled. I think the leadership of collegiate sports will step up and prevail, and we come up with a proper solution.
There comes James the other way. Huntley Hatfield, great position inside, and he drops it in.
Had to take advantage of that transition basket there. Louisville had numbers, and Duke unable to get matched up.
Filipowski is the only Duke starter not to have scored. Mitchell on the drop-off will shoot two.
Ability to draw fouls and the pressure he puts on the defense.
Programs face off at Klockner at 1 Eastern. Right now the numbers, but maybe the best lacrosse player out there, period.
I saw you out there today talking to the coach watching practice. I think you were in your element for sure. I had to remind you we had a basketball game today.
I'm going to make you a lacrosse fan before we're done tonight. Rhodes picked up by Huntley Hatfield. They got a mismatch on the inside. They try to throw it in. Glenn the intercept. And the speedy freshman, Tyler Johnson, up ahead to Clark, and that's what Tyler Johnson.
Vision is something you just can't practice. He and Burton are two guys in this league that I think are the fastest players in the league with the ball in their hand. And when your scout team guys can't prepare you for that speed when you get out on the court. A good lineup against this Duke team that can attack so many different guys.
Vertical. Zion Williamson, by the way, was 35.
These guys going because as March comes into play, they're going to be needed.
Again, no Caleb Foster tonight. He is week to week with a lower leg injury. Ryan Young in there as well for Duke. Reverse layup by Trey White.
Guys inside against the smaller backcourt. Any of the guards against Duke, he has a distinctive height advantage against them. If he can just get it inside, he can just turn and elevate over top of him.
Proctor to Stewart, the elevation. The second season with the Blue Devils after coming over from Northwestern.
Letting the officials know he's trying to sell the foul.
And the fifth team foul on Louisville, and White missed them both. Here.
Yeah, when it's week to week, you know it's pretty serious. Let's see if he's back by the ACC tournament, and you definitely want him helping for the NCAA. That starting lineup with him in it was 10-1 in the year.
Yeah. Mitchell
brings Huntley Hatfield back in the game. He's going to play with the bigger lineup with those guys.
Duke's got Mitchell and Filipowski out there. Johnson on the drive, and there's that burst again.
They got numbers if they push it.
Johnson inside Huntley Hatfield to Okorafor, and fouled by there. It's the premiere of Coach K and Roy Williams.
I really look forward to seeing everything about that.
McCain catch, release. Not there. Williams stays in bounds. Mitchell comes up with it. Roach, he's been lights out from 3 this season. It's in the shake on Filipowski, tried to use the window.
Had him beat. I thought again. They're settling for mid-range jump shots off the bounce.
Roach pulls and hits. 100th career start for Roach. Listen, for 4 years, both he and Mike Krzyzewski have been preaching to Roach, you are a terrific catch and release guy. As McCain lets it fly and hits.
You've got
field. This is a danger zone for Louisville. Dukes on a 9-0 run. And for Louisville, we've seen these mini runs turn into game-ending, game-changing runs, but Johnson, the freshman, with the answer to
forced to turn over and got the 3 in transition. And
Filipowski banged his knee in that court storm without a field goal so far. To the left hand, and that's his first made basket.
Put that guard up.
Here comes Glenn. He set a career high in scoring in 2 of his last 4 games with a nice dip under Filipowski.
Just what you just saw there. I want to stay to that big and try to keep him from getting leverage and getting position.
Filipowski tried the behind the back pass. And we got Sean Stewart, top 20 player coming out of high school. The rep is an elite shot blocker. Here's the lob to Stewart, who can go get.
Tendency is to get passive.
Johnson ran out of an angle. Now McCain. Mitchell underneath. Too easy.
That's the problem to paint. Either off the pass or dribble penetration. That time McCain just gets to the front of the rim. You have to rotate, and when you drop it off, the ball gets that deep. It's just impossible to get any rotation or any.
On in ACC play, and offensive efficiency, and Proctor wants space. Johnson steals it away. He is photon fast. Huntley Hatfield regains and gets the tip.
That's what I'm saying.
No good.
You're going to give up shots in the zone. You just got to make sure you secure the rebound and good possession there.
Clark down the lane.
There you go.
We'll get a foul on the floor, to your point.
Second possession in a row. Now your big is involved because
in a league full of quality big men, because
in the league he couldn't start for either at the 4 or the 5. I mean, he's that talented, that good.
Mitchell driving on Huntley Hatfield, and the whistle blows. It is a felon.
He scored your last few points.
Second of 3, ACC baseball, 3 Eastern to 7. All sorts of. Pull up by McCain. Another offensive rebound. It's Mitchell. In the first meeting, Duke had 15 offensive rebounds. Filipowski to Mitchell, and Johnson really had one option, which was to foul.
Actually played really well. He had 20 and 12 last game, and misses the front end of the 1-and-1 there, and empty possession there for the Blue Devils.
Mitchell's got 8 tonight. Duke is 30 and 3 when he scores 10 plus. As Sky Clark
forcing rotation, and they're starting to pile up fouls on Duke. It's not to settle. They're taking 11 threes here in the first half. They're only foul trouble. Let's see if they change their defense, and they look like they're going to go 1-3-1 here, giving the Blue Devils something to think about.
Proctor gets it to Filipowski in the high post. Right by Glenn, and it falls in.
There's not a more skilled 7-footer in the country than Kyle Filipowski. Don't settle if you're Louisville. Get to the rim.
Mid-range, Trey White knocks it down.
He's the one guy that has knocked down. They got foul trouble here, but they're going. Let's see if they're going to go. Kenny Payne, Danny Manning is yelling instructions, trying to get the matchups together. They want to put Huntley Hatfield in the dunker spot against Mark Mitchell.
Roach over Glenn. Front rim, Mitchell, and time runs out.
Ready, so when they're called, you just need to be a hero for that day and play well that day.
And this could be one of these games as Mitchell gets free inside in conference play.
Definitely need to do that. And one guy I'm surprised, one of his veteran guards, Jaden Blakes, hadn't played much, and known as a defender, brings some toughness on the defensive end. And it's difficult to continue to stay aggressive on the offensive end when you unable to keep the ball out of the paint and at the rim, and it allows you to get kick threes just like that. It's because of the penetration.
Glenn doubled along the baseline, and really that baseline served as a third defender, and now he gives it up. Roach pushing. McCain to Mitchell, who's got a dozen, and remember,
I think this goes down to the very end. I think it's one of the
answer.
If you're asking me to vote today, I'm going to say Burton at Notre Dame. And I say it because I think he has the most responsibility. It's the one award in the league that I don't associate with winning.
Okay.
I think it doesn't matter if you come. I think he's had the most productive year for a freshman. And no player in the league has more responsibility on the team than he has. He got the award. I just think Marcus Burton is just has so much on his plate, and as he goes, the Fighting Irish go.
Here comes James, and he will draw the foul. 2 shots coming.
Forced the whistle, and that's what he does. He draws a ton of fouls. Game in the second lead scorer of the team, you need that guy to take more shots, to be more assertive, particularly.
James only had 2 points in that game on 1 of 7 shooting. This was a guy who had 3 straight games with 20 points just a month ago. Roach snakes inside.
Dribble, and you can't have someone drive against the zone and lay it up.
Clark off the feed from Johnson, and Louisville now 1 for 13 from 3. Huntley Hatfield working on Filipowski, and he'll get to
resistance, and what a year he's had. Filipowski doesn't have the numbers tonight, but you can rest him and let him continue to recover. You would like it.
Mitchell wanted to throw down.
Mitchell looked like me trying to dunk right there. I didn't think that was close.
Sky Clark, the reverse layup.
Dude, it looked like me, like, I think I can do it, and then you get there and like, nah, I can't.
Roach for 3. Almost. Young, the offensive rebound. He's in there for Filipowski. Back out to Roach. This time, it hits.
This isn't a Duke pressure team that they've had in years past. This team is more in the gaps, keeping the ball in front. Give up a mid-range jump shot there. They'll live with those type of shots. But we talk so much about their offense. They're #1 in field goal percentage, and 2nd in scoring, and 3-pointers and assists. But this team is 4th in the league in scoring defense.
Big to big, the reverse jam by Mark Mitchell. 3 of 11 from the field.
And that's what I mean, the freshman will learn. He's settling for that 17-footer. It's Ryan Young in there at the rim. Attack him. You know, you do all your working out in the summertime. Time to show.
Proctor has his 3 rim out. Clark machetes through the D for 2.
There you go. Don't continue to settle for those mid-range. No one is unselfish as he is, and the ball just continues to move. And you can see there, 15 assists on 20 baskets. It's just difficult to guard a team with this skill set.
James over Filipowski, who hits the deck. Gotta wonder. Roach curls off the screen. Now over the big guy, Okorafor, and Jeremy Roach with 15.
Finished over the big guy.
Okorafor bobbled the pass from Johnson, throws it up, and there is Mike James.
What about that?
Here comes Proctor uncontested.
Yeah, I got caught chasing again, and no one in the help spot for Louisville, and continue to give up points at the rim.
Duke is shooting 56% from the field.
Only thing that stopped Duke is themselves with the turnovers.
The basket is good, plus the foul for Huntley.
Have direct drives like that, and you especially can't have it in the middle of the floor. It's just hard to get help there.
77%, but tonight, 7 of 14. Cardinals just 39% from the floor and 1 for 13 from 3. Here's Power. And there's a triple for the freshman, TJ Power. 4 assists for Filipowski to go on with 7 rebounds and 7 points. White, the runner, too much. Here comes Roach. Easy 2 for Jeremy Roach. Duke right now sitting pretty in Joe Lunardi's projections. Currently Joe has them in that top 4 seed grouping. But there's a few teams in the ACC you can't lose to where it could really hurt you as Filipowski cleans up. Can't lose to Louisville, can't lose to Georgia Tech. And, you know, you want to say you can't lose to Notre Dame. Notre Dame's starting to play well. A lot was made of Wake dropping the ball last night. Notre Dame's quietly won 4 out of 5. You had them over the weekend. They almost came back from 29 on the road against Syracuse. That was the one game in that stretch they lost.
Throw the numbers out. I think they're the best defensive team in the ACC.
Really?
Their issue is scoring. They're the most physical team in the league. And I think they're the best defensive team in the league. They just can't score the ball. They have offensive challenges. The Irish knowing that they're starting to figure some things out. Last 3 games, and they have got to figure some things out. They got a game that's playing as well as any team in this league.
On the road and playing a little better defensively. There's no reason to think that not only can they get in, but they can play to the second weekend.
They've shown you they can, and defensively, I think they're fine. They're right there in games. They just can't close games on the road. But I think they're a tournament team. We're just going off of what's being projected. Saying like now, Virginia, we just saw about Lunardi last 4 in, or one of the later teams in. So
Roach acrobatic
from the field, 47 from 3 and 86 from the free throw line. Just has been as consistent. I think the Blue Devils' most consistent player all year long.
The senior captain now with 16 or more in 4 straight games. He's got 19 tonight. Johnson goes to work on the King freshman.
I'm upset with West right now. He's sending me pictures. When you talked about the milkshake, he's sending me a picture of him and Corey Alexander with that peanut butter banana milkshake. And I got to get better friends, man. I'm just telling you.
Golf course is closed for West. Texting Randolph during a game, to the point where they became friends even though they were rivals.
Well, the respect comes. I think you're just such competitor at some point, and none greater than those 2 guys. And Coach K comes in, and as a competitor, he's trying to establish himself. He's trying to build at both of those guys and show you how long they have been doing it, and then being able to come back and coach against those guys. It's just time I see him.
Thomas Hill.
Those guys are unbelievable. One of the best college teams that ever existed.
Off balance Proctor. One of my memories that still sticks from those teams.
You can listen to Coach K and Coach Williams just for hours.
CN, number 7 North Carolina, the woman, will host number 5 Notre Dame. And number 8 Johns Hopkins. Johns Hopkins is the Notre Dame of college lacrosse. They are quote-unquote back this year. They'll take on number 2 Virginia, the Cavaliers, national champions in 2019, 2021. Lost in the national semifinals to Notre Dame last year as Tyler Johnson.
Everyone wants the results to be now. They want them quicker, and this is a really young team.
And they're young in an age in college athletics when it's hard to field young teams because you have guys with extra years and COVID years, and there's teams out.
Hey, Coach Payne, what do we need to do to help the Tar Heels?
Mitchell, there's that line drive 3. How about this?
To guard him, and then he's getting in the flow of the game, and it's allowing him to get comfortable and knock down an occasional 3.
Clark turns it over. Duke is 9 of 17 from 3. Make it 10 of 18 as Proctor, with his first triple, he's got 8.
It's one of those pick your poison situations when you're guarding this group.
Duke has hit 10 or more threes 11 times now this season. As Clark drills it. Young, the offensive rebound. Goes right back up. Stewart skies. And now Johnson. Clark down the lane. The drop off for Huntley Hatfield, who slams it over Stewart. Hart Randolph for Duke. As we head into the home stretch of the season, they've got Virginia, NC State, and UNC. And then the ACC tournament. What are your big questions for Duke moving forward besides the health of Caleb Foster?
I think the bench is the biggest concern you got to have. They're better defensively than you think. They don't pressure you as much as they have in years in the past. They're more in gaps. Keep you. What type of production are they going to get coming from the bench? It puts a tremendous amount of pressure from the starters to just score so much.
That's a tough spot. Former walk-on Spencer Hubbard, who got a big applause when he came into the game, number 55.
There you go. They know you played. Now it's documented that you've been in.
Hubbard 5. Now this place will erupt if Hubbard can knock down a basket.
Get it to him.
Johnson's trying to deny it.
There it is.
Here comes Hubbard down the lane. Power again, a 3. Stewart another rebound, and he puts it home.
Even though this game is out of hand, that's what you want to see from Stewart and Powell. Just taking shots with confidence, and Stewart defending like this on the ball. I thought it was good defense, and going to the offensive glass, ball on the weak side, getting dunks, getting offensive rebounds, and that's okay. He's just an elite athlete with that's his superpower right now. He has to continue to develop the skill set. That'll come. Productive minutes for him tonight.
Now Tyler Johnson doesn't want to give anything to Hubbard. He lets it play.
Play as much anymore, and what a moment. You got to be so happy for this young man.
That
work, they do everything else that everyone does, and I wish we can get back to that. Maybe shorten the number, whatever that number is, shorten it. You know, if it's 30, shorten it to 20, whatever it is, so we can have more moments like this in college athletics. This is what it's about. For people like that, they'll never forget those moments, and you can see what it does to the crowd. He won't shoot this, though. He'll hold it.
When you played, what was that like on the bench when a walk-on made a basket?
It's nothing better than that. They work so hard. You know how much work they put in. They do everything you get to do without those opportunities. They're few and far. You owe it to them to get them on the floor. Great job by his teammates tonight.
Spencer Hubbard puts the exclamation point on a convincing Duke win. The Blue Devils clinch a top 4 seed for the ACC tournament and the double bye that comes with it. Coming up your way.